started thinking what I wanted to see as an athlete in the country and what I enjoyed, and basically just decided that if I wanted to do something, it had to be something that I loved. Basically create an event that I would want to compete in, and to me, on the road, that was a 5k race. Hi, I'm Callum, the founder of Stride Athletics and the race organiser for Flat and Fast. I was working on a day job as an engineer out in Linlithgow. Needed the toilet, the toilets were shut, so used the sports centre, which probably they wouldn't let me do. And then came across this building site, and obviously it was engineering, so I went over to see what it was, and it was a cycle circuit. And yeah, it just sort of lit a fire, to be honest, and the plan was that I'd make a really good, cool, sort of interesting 5k race, probably something we didn't have in Scotland at the time. It was just a sort of itch, didn't go away, and decided to take the jump. Initially with one 5k race a year, it's just sort of grown arms and legs to where it is now.
And it looks as if he's going to take it. He's managed to pull away. Andrew McGill trying to chase him down. Ross Gurus came into third place, and Billy Petrakis wins the first Flat and Fast 5k.
Can you describe like the vibe you initially envisioned when you were thinking about the event? Like you said, when you're on your toilet break, what was it that was going through your mind visually? What could you see in your head in terms of the vibe for the race?
It was more how sort of centralised everything was. Everything was in the one place. Spectators could literally stand at one point in the course and see the full race, which is pretty unique out of the track. And I just felt like allowing spectators to basically move from one side of the course to the other is going to make the athletes feel really special in the sense that they've got people right on top of them, creating an atmosphere, and basically drive the guys round to faster times. And I think we've seen that obviously in the sense that the course now having the 2 native records in the country, which is pretty special. Growing up, it was very much like you showed up, you ran your race, you went home, you'd maybe stay and watch some of the races, like the older guys, but that was it. There wasn't really much of a festival vibe to it, and I think that's what we're trying to do, is create this sort of unique element to it in the sense of like generating new fans and basically encouraging people to stay for the full day and bringing a new audience to the sport. And yeah, the Pro for Day thing basically just came through the thinking of like, obviously these amateur athletes are at the top of the game but aren't probably getting a lot of support, either at university full time or school or working full-time jobs, and basically just looking to reward them for their time and effort and love and dedication to the sport and giving something back to them. It's really special, and I think I get quite a buzz out of that, and helping guys and girls who maybe haven't had that support before but thoroughly deserve it.
Is that something you wish you had when you were younger?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of what we're doing with Stride is basically just sort of FOMO, for to be honest, in the sense of like wishing it was like things like that were there when I was growing up, and you obviously see like how well athletes in Scotland have done. You just think if maybe like if these opportunities are here now for the ones coming up, like could these guys follow sort of suit of the ones in the current generation and move into that sort of step as well.
Was there any moment, particularly in the day, that stood out to you that you kind of thought, right, this is what it was all about, this is what you wanted people to get out of the event?
Any race organiser would say they're always sort of a bit anxious that stuff could go wrong, and obviously that maybe came in a wee bit when the juniors finished their race and the sun was shining out and over the rain just came down, and I felt like every single person that was there vanished in the space of 10 seconds, and it was a bit like, oh no. But then I think coming back towards sort of like race 4 and race 5, the crowds were massive again, and it was just like, okay, you know what, even with this pretty terrible weather we've had, people still want to come along and watch the race, which is really special and it means a lot. So yeah, really thankful that people have bought into what we're trying to do, and really grateful that they've given up their time to spend it with us. What we want to try and do with Flat and Fast is basically allow athletes in Scotland to race much closer to home without having to travel. But I think if we can build something special, which I think we are doing, it's going to attract some really cool runners, and hopefully that just keeps going as a domino effect, and the youngsters come along to watch it and they get encouraged and motivated and turn to progress along their career, and it just keeps going. And yeah, that's the hope, that's what I want to try and achieve with it. I think the exciting thing is we just don't really know where it's going to go, and that's what excites me, because I think when we chat, like, every day, there's always like something new popping up between us where we should do this, we should do that, and I think we're on to something pretty exciting, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
What keeps you coming back year after year? Because obviously you said that you love like providing opportunities for people of all levels, but you personally, what keeps you coming back? What drives you to keep building it and keep making it better and better?
I absolutely love the sport, man, and yeah, it's like I said, it's something I've been involved in since I was a wee boy, and it's just like it's rooted in me now, and I want to give back to the sport in a sense, in terms of like, obviously it's given me so much over the years and allowed me to race all over the world pretty much. I love taking satisfaction in what we're doing and giving people what they probably deserve, to be honest, in the country, and for the sport, and yeah, and hopefully it's just a start. But yeah, I think that's for me, just being a sort of support and friendly face, and hopefully people appreciate it.
Nice. That's a wrap. What would you say to someone, elite or amateur, who's never been to Flat and Fast before? What would you say to them to get them to come along?
Bring the flames. No.